Hey guys, so I'm first going to be using Matte Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm just going to buff this onto my eyelids, and I'm going to be using this as my primer, and it's also going to get rid of any discoloration. Then I'm just going to set it with any setting powder, and this will just help all the eyeshadows blend really nicely. Then I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked palette, and for my first transition colour I'm going to be using the colour Naked, and I'm just going to go with windscreen wiper motions and circular motions, and I'm just going to blend this all out until I'm happy with the colour payoff. So just make sure that you just take a little bit, blend it out, and then go back into the colour and just put a little bit more on the transition and just blend it out until you're happy with the payoff. Then for my second transition colour, I'm just going to be using the colour Buck from the Naked palette, and again I'm going to put this in exactly the same places that I'd put the first transition colour, and this is just going to basically just add a really nice depth and dimension to my transition. Then for my eyelid, I'm first going to go in with this colour Tatoo from Maybelline, and it's in the colour On and On Bronze, and I'm just going to put this all over my eyelid, and this is just going to basically act as a base for the eyeshadow that I'm going to put on top. So I'm just going to take this just all over the eyelid and just not take it above the crease, so just use your finger for this. Then I'm going to go back into the Naked palette, and I'm going to be using the colour Half Baked, and it's this absolutely gorgeous gold colour, and I'm just going to basically pat this on with a eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to use patting motions as this is the best way to get the colour of the eyeshadow. And as you can see, I'm just going to keep this to my eyelid, and I'm not going to be taking it above my crease. So just keep on patting it until you're happy with the amount of colour that you've actually got on your eyelid. Then I'm going to go in with the colour Smog from the palette, and I'm just going to be adding this to the outer V. And I first started off with just a little small dense brush, but then I decided to go in with a pencil brush as I thought it just wasn't giving me the enough colour as I wanted. So this is a really slow process, so just take a little bit, blend it out, and then just take a little bit more and blend it out, and do this until you're happy with the depth that you've got in your eyeshadow. Then I'm just going to go back in with my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines and just make sure everything looks nice and blended. Then for primer, I'm going to be using the Lumi Magique primer from Loreal. Then for eyeliner, I'm just going to do a really thin line just for my eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master liner. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put it down in the description box for you. I'm not going to be doing a wing or anything, but this is literally just going to be a really thin line. Then to tightline, I'm just going to be using the Urban Decay 24/7 Precision Eyeliner. And then for mascara, I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Sculpt mascara, and I'm just going to put a couple of coats on as I'm going to be going in with false lashes later on. Now back to the face, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Orange Corrector, and I'm just going to put this in my usual places that I have hyperpigmentation, and I'm just going to blend this out with a shader brush, so just underneath my eyes and around my lips. Then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I'm going to be using the colour Cashew, and I'm just going to blend it out with my beauty blender. This is just a really good long staying, long wearing foundation, and I just think it's absolutely perfect for something like Eid, as you're going to be celebrating for a good few hours, so it's something that will just stay put and you just know it's not going to go anywhere, and it just gives you an absolutely flawless finish. Then for concealer, I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear. Now with this concealer, I like to do one eye at a time, as I find that this dries out pretty quickly, so you've got to work pretty fast. So I'm just going to put this in an upside down triangle and just blend it out, as you can see, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other eye, and then I'm just going to highlight in the usual places. So I'm just going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose, just in the middle there, as you can see, and my cupid's bow, and then just on the bottom of my chin. But like you can see, I'm just doing one step at a time so the concealer doesn't dry out, and I'm just going to blend everything out with my beauty blender. For contouring, I'm actually going to be using this contour stick from Smashbox, and I'm just going to contour in the usual places that I would normally do, and I absolutely love this stick. It's such a good colour, and I just find it blends out really easily, and it's such a good thing for travelling, and it just takes up no space, and it's just really nice, and it leaves you with a really nice natural contour. So I'm just going to start blending this out using my Real Techniques brush. I can't remember the exact name, but I will leave a link for you down below if you want. And you can just see how easily this contour stick blends out, and it's so natural. I really love these contour sticks, and they come in a bronze and a highlighter shade as well, which I have, and they're just fantastic. Then I'm just going to go over everything with my beauty blender just to make sure that I've got no harsh lines and everything's blended out properly. Then to set my concealer, I'm going to be using the RCMA No Colour Powder, and I'm going to be doing what I've been doing recently a lot, which is just putting my damp beauty blender in and then just patting the product into my face, and I just find that it just gives me a really flawless finish. Then to just give me a little bit of extra highlight under the eyes, I'm going to just add a little bit of the Nye Banana Powder. And then for contour, I'm going to be using this contour from Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to set anywhere that I had contoured using the Real Techniques contour brush. Then for bronzer, I'm going to be using my favourite bronzer of the moment, which is my Body Shop bronzer in the shade Warm. I think it's number 4. I'm just going to add this on the normal places that I would bronzer, just to add a little bit of warmth to the face. Then just to clean up my contour, I'm going to be using a little bit of the RCMA powder and just using this brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to add it to the bottom of my contour and also just down the bridge of my nose, and it's just going to sharpen up that contour and just give it a really, and it's going to just really define it and just brush it away straight away. Then I'm going to be doing my eyebrows off camera, and then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the colour Virgin, and I'm just going to highlight underneath my brow bone, and I'm also going to be using this as my inner corner highlight. Then I'm going to go in with the colour Smog, and I'm just going to tight line this onto my bottom waterline, as you can see, with a flat definer brush. And then I'm just going to blend this out with the colour Dark Horse from the Naked palette, and I'm just going to be using a pencil brush just to buff this colour out a little bit. Then for my lashes, I'm going to be using the number 43 from Red Cherry, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Then for highlight, I'm going to be using the Sleek Solstice palette, and I'm going to be using the colour, I think it's called Equinox, which is the golden champagne colour, and I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face, and I absolutely love this colour. I just think it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous highlight, and it just absolutely looks stunning with Indian clothes. So I decided I wanted a little bit more pop in my inner corner, so I just added a little bit of this highlight in my inner corner as well. Then for blush, I'm going to be using this baked powder blush from Milani in the colour Bella Rose, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pink colour, but just be a little bit careful as it's super pigmented. So I'm just going to be using a stippling brush, and I'm just going to blend it all out, and then I'm just going to go over everything with my beauty blender. I'm just going to spray my face with a little bit of Fix Plus, and just before it dries, I'm going to add a little bit of more of the highlight, and this is just going to make that highlight pop. And then I'm just going to press everything in with my beauty blender, and this just makes everything look really flawless and seamless. Then for lipstick, I'm going to first go in with MAC's Pink Pigeon, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous pink colour, and then over that I'm going to go in with the MAC liquid lipstick in the colour To Matte With Love. This just matches my outfit perfectly. And then just to finish off, I'm just going to add my accessories, and there's the finished look, guys. So for any of you guys that are celebrating Eid, I just want to wish you a really happy Eid Mubarak, and I really hope you enjoy your celebrations. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!